I remember we were doing photosynthesis, no? Did we start photosynthesis?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, where did we stop? Where did we stop?
Teacher, give me a second. I'll take the utensil.
Okay. So Mayumdi and Savinu says that we finished the lesson. Really? Did we oxygen produce when ek abhi kata karad?
Yeah, teacher, we finished the lesson.
Okay. I mean, that's great. That's really great. Okay. That really sets the mood right to start today. Living tissues photosynthesis. Now I have a question. Do all of you have the O-level past paper book? Give me a thumbs up if you have the O-level past paper book. Ma mixtures tute again not ke good. That means we are on the right track with the right speed. All good. Mixtures tute ka apit order වෙන්නේ mixtures wala latter part එක. ඒ කියන්නේ මුලට එක අපි hand write කරන්න ඕනේ note එක because there's some calculations involved. But if I told you better that okay, so today you may not have it, some of you might have it, but next week අනිවාර්යෙන් mixtures part 2 එක ගේන්න. ඒ note එක මම group එකේ එවලා ඇති. And also I have some homework to give you all. O-level passport book එක හැමෝටම තියෙන්න ඕනේ. නැති කවුරු ඉන්නවා නම් now is the time for you all to buy. If you don't want to buy, you can also download from the web, but I feel like web එකෙන් download කරගෙන soft copy එකක් දිහා බලනවට වඩා or එක print out ගන්නවට වඩා it would be better okay, it would be better for you all to just buy the past paper book හරි මොනා හරි තියෙන එකක ඒව ගොඩක් එතනින් එහෙම මේ පොත තියාගන්න මොකද මම ඔයාලට past papers වලින් homework දෙනවා so past paper revision එක වෙන්නකන් ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ අපි past papers කරන්න we can start early so මම දැන් mixture tute එක ආයෙමත් group එකට දාන්නම් right now මොකද දැන් ඒව නැත්තම් I forget again science notes new notes mixtures part 2 Evindy I sent it in the group again it will be sent in a minute but yes take a printout of that we don't need it today we will need it probably next week or the week after that but next week වෙදී අරන් එන්න අනිවාර්යයි okay O level past paper questions වලින් දෙන්න ඕනේ homework ටික මම class එක ඔයගන්ට වැඩක් දෙන ගම මම ටක් ගාලා එක list එකක් හදලා ඔයගන්ට එවන්නම් from living tissues and photosynthesis I have some questions to give you but we will start mixtures today okay put the topic mixtures මම ඔයගන්ට කියලා තියෙනවනේ කොහොමද grade 10 වලත් we need theory book as well as we need a question book එක අපිට ගොඩක් use කරන්න බැරි වුණා grade 10 වල මොකද අපි worksheets කරන එක පොඩ නැවතුණා right but ඒ use කර හිටපු worksheet එකම we will start using again so එතන question book එකේ ඔක්කොම කියන්නේ මේ theory book එකේ you do the theory all the theory part and whatever we do during the class keep the question book for whatever I give as homework any past paper questions or any questions from other papers ඒවට තියාගන්න question book එක Pamodi wants to end the class at 10 today I don't think others will agree ඔයාට විතරක් මට class එක කරන්න පුළුවන් but I don't think others will agree okay did I tell it loudly okay hari mixtures dagan I told your name loudly because your name it's a very nice name that's why okay put the topic mixtures Okay, Lamai. So when we were in grade 10, Ogand Matakainang, in the third lesson, we did the third lesson was structure of matter. In structure of matter, we talked about how matter is categorized, how they're classified, right? So if you take matter as a whole, I hope all of you can see the board. Wait a second, Mama link එක වන්න. Now everyone, I can main chat එක link එක දැම්මා. If y'all cannot see the whiteboard, you can click on it and then you can weave it. Okay. Anyways, so as we were saying, matter can be classified into two main groups. What are they? How can we classify matter? In structure of matter, in grade 10, we learned this. Mainly දෙකකට බෙදන්න පුළුවන්. What are they? Hmm? Okay. What is the other one? I got an answer from Thinura. That is correct. So that is only one. What is the other one? Yes. Yes, Thinura. What about others? What do you think? ළමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ මතක තියාගන්න grade 10 ඒවා මතක නැතුව grade 11 ඒවා ඉගෙන ගන්න බෑ. Because you cannot, always it's like building up. ඔයා නිකන් foundation එකක් දාපු building එක block by block by block, story by story ඔයා build කරන්නේ මේ knowledge එක. So ගොඩක් the things we are learning in grade 11, the foundation or like the basics of that we learned in grade 10. A grade 10 ටික නැතුව අපිට grade 11 දේවල් ඉගෙන ගන්න බෑ because it will be like Greek. ඒක හින්දා ඕගලන්ට දැන් grade 10 මතක නැත්නම් දැන් හිතන්න now we are learning this part නේ. ඒතර ඕගලන්ට හිතනවා okay structure of matter වල මට මේව මතක නැහැ කියලා අද හවස හරි අද රෑ හරි නැත්නම් හෙට හරි ඒ කොටසට අගල රිවයිස් කරගන්න. හැම වෙලෙම don't wait for the perfect moment to study. ඒ වෙලාවට set වෙනවා ඒ වෙලාවට පාඩම් කරගන්න රිවයිස් කරගන්න. Right? If you chase perfection too much, කිසි වැඩක් කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකින්ද perfect moment එක එනකම් බලන් ඉන්න එපා පාඩම් කරන්න. දැන් අපි මේ වෙලේ ගොඩ අපි this is a chemistry lesson. So this chemistry lesson, in this chemistry lesson, we are going to touch up a few other lessons. Especially we are going to use the lesson quantification. ඔගන්න මතකයිනේ grade 10 වල අපි calculations ඉගෙන ගත්ත quantification වල. So ඒ lesson එකේම ටිකක් මේකට use කරනවා අපි. So එතකොට ඒ දේවල් මේවා කරද්දී ඔයාලට මතක් කරගන්න okay. Do I know this? Do I remember this? Do I not remember this? මතක නැත්නම් ටක් ගාලා ගිහලා ඒක රිවයිස් කරගන්න ඕනේ. Okay? So ඒ විදිහට proactively යම් මොන හරි මම කියනකම් මම ප්‍රශ්න අහනවා කිව්වොත් පාඩම් කරනවා term test එකක් කිව්වොත් පාඩම් කරනවා එහෙම නැතුව proactively පාඩම් කරන්න ඒ discipline එක ඔයගලන් හදා ගන්න ඕනේ. Right? So okay, matter yes can be divided into two as pure substances and mixtures. Pure substances and mixtures. Then pure substances can be divided into two again. What are they? Pure substances can be divided into two. What are they? Elements and compounds. Good. And we already know what elements and compounds are because in the structure of matter lesson, we learned about elements. And then in the chemical bonds lesson, api kata kara how ionic compounds are formed, how covalent compounds are formed. So we learned about the compounds part. Why can't you see? Did you click on the link I sent you, Cindy? මම දැන් මේ link එක click කරලා බලන්න තාමත් පේන්නේ නැද්ද කියලා. මේ link එක click කරන්න. If you can't see yet, let me know. Then mixtures, there are two types as far as we have learned. What are these two types of mixtures?
These are homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures.
Yes. Homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. So we have already completed the pure substances part in grade 10. So in this, now okay, okay. So now in this lesson, we are focusing on the mixtures part. This is something we learned from grade 10. All I wanted to show is that matter wala මාරම important part එකක් තමයි දැන් අපි කරන්නේ because pure substances we have done, we have finished. Now we are doing mixtures and it's very important. So mixtures wala there are two types of mixtures as homogeneous and heterogeneous. So what are mixtures first of all? Mixtures කියලා කිව්වම rather than now if you take compounds lamai, right? Compound එකක් ගමු for an example carbon dioxide. Carbon කියන එකයි oxygen කියන එකයි එකතු වෙලා carbon dioxide හැදිලා තියෙනවා. Then mixtures වලට example එකක් salt solution එක. Salt, let's say NaCl and water. Water is H2O. ඒගොල්ලන් එකතු වෙලා salt solution එක හදලා and that is a mixture. Carbon dioxide is a solution and carbon dioxide is a compound. Carbon dioxide is a compound and salt solution is a mixture. What is the difference between compounds and mixtures? Compounds උත් හැදලා තියෙන නිකන් දෙන්නෙක් mix වෙලා වගේ දෙන්නෙක් හරි ගොඩක් අය හරි mix වෙලා වගේ නේද? What is the difference between a compound and a mixture? Alamai?
Isha, what is the question? Question was?
The question is now if you take carbon and oxygen, they get together to form carbon dioxide and that we classify under compounds. However, when NaCl and H2O get together, it forms salt solution. But we don't classify that as a compound, we classify that as a mixture. Why do you think so? Yeah. Carbon dioxide wala lamai. Carbon and oxygen mixtures has two or more components. Yes, that is also true. Mainly carbon dioxide gatotima carbon and oxygen, they have chemically reacted. There is a chemical bond between carbon and oxygen in carbon dioxide. What is that chemical bond? Specifically gato, that is a covalent bond. However, when salt and water, so NaCl and water get mixed, they don't form a chemical bond. NaCl and water අතර chemical bond එකක් හැදෙන්නේ නැහැ. They are just mixed together. එකට එකතු වෙලා ඉන්නවා but ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ chemical bond එකක් හැදෙන්නේ නැහැ. So that produces salt solution which is a mixture. So pure substances වල elements ගත්තොත් they are anyways singular elements නේ. ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ but ගොඩක් අයට පැටලෙනවා. Okay, compounds කියන්නේ කීපයක් එකතු වෙලා හැදිච්ච කෙනෙක්. Mixtures කියන්නේ කීපයක් එකතු වෙලා හැදිච්ච කෙනෙක්. Then what is clearly the difference between compounds and mixtures කියලා? So compounds වල whatever is getting together, they are chemically combined. There are chemical reactions between them. But in mixtures, එහෙම නැහැ. කට්ටිය එකතු වෙලා mix වෙලා ඉන්නවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ අතරේ there are no chemical bonds. There are no ionic bonds. There are no covalent bonds. They are just together. Do you understand the difference between compounds and mixtures? Give me a thumbs up if you understood. Because that is a very important thing to distinguish between them. To understand the difference. Okay. එතකොට we have homogeneous mixtures and අපි මේක discuss කරලා අන්තිමට ලියමු. So we have homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. Okay. So if you take homogeneous mixtures, let's say for an example, මම ගන්නවා ලොකු බේසමක්. I take a huge basin. And I fill it with water. So there's water inside. It's like a considerable size. I fill it with water and I mix a lot of salt. Salt ගොඩක් නෙවෙයි සාමාන්‍ය salt ප්‍රමාණය දාලා මම හොඳට මුළු එක mix කරනවා. හොඳට mix කරලා මම බැලුවාම මෙන්න මෙතනින් මම පොඩි කටක් අරගෙන බලනවා. රහ කොහොමද කියලා saltiness එක. දැන් මෙතනිනුත් මම කටක් අරගෙන බලනවා කොහොමද saltiness එක කියලා. Do you think the taste of the salt solution will it be different at two places? මෙතනයි ගත්තොත් will it be different or same? Okay, same. හොඳට mix කරලා ගත්තාම it will be the same. Salt හොඳට වතුර mix වෙනවා ළමයි නේද? Same thing if you let's say put some sugar and dissolve it in water or කොතනින් කටක් අරගෙන බැලුවත් it will taste the same. So ඒ වගේ if you take a homogeneous mixture it's not just the taste all the other physical properties. ඔයා homogeneous mixture එකක් හැදුවොත් එහෙම කොහෙ බැලුවත් the composition is the same. ඔයා මේ corner එකෙන් අරන් බැලුවත් the composition is the same. ඔයා මේ corner එකෙන් අරන් බැලුවත් composition is the same. මෙතනින් ඔයා චූටි let's say 100 milliliters වගේ අරගෙන බැලුවොත් NaCl and water එකම amount එකෙන් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මෙතනින් 100 milliliters අරන් බැලුවොත් එතනත් NaCl and water එකම amount එකෙන් තියෙන්නේ. So composition is the same throughout. Physical properties like that මේක නම් color එකක් නෑ and it's transparent. So the transparency, the color may be, the density may be, the taste may be, all of that will be the same throughout. That kind of a mixture, we call it a homogeneous mixture. But let's say you make a, like සාමාන්‍යයෙන් container එකක් වගේ අරගෙන fruit salad එකක් හදනවා. So you combine bananas, you combine pineapples, mangoes, or peppers, what else මොනවද තියෙන්නේ watermelon එමෙම දාලා mix කරනවා හොඳට. mix කරලා එක spoonful එකක් කටට දාගන්න. Let's say එතන වැඩිපුර okay so first spoonful එක ගන්න. Then you take another spoonful. Do you think both of them will taste the same? හොඳට බැලුවොත්. Roughly fruit salad එකකින් එකම රහ වගේ තමයි but හොඳට බැලුවොත් හැම කටේම එකම ප්‍රමාණයට ඔයාලට පළතුරු හැපෙන්නේ. No. If you take one bite, let's say there's more bananas. If you take another bite, let's say there could be more mangoes. And you take another bite, there could be more pepper. Likewise, the composition is not the same throughout. It's not similar. අන්න ඒ වගේ එකට අපි කියනවා heterogeneous mixture එකක් කියලා. It is a heterogeneous mixture. So if even let's say for an example of coconut oil and water mix කරනවා. ඔයා මේක හැන්දක් දාලා හොඳට mix කරන්න නැතුව නිකන් තිබ්බොත් coconut oil මෙහෙම උඩ layer එකක් හැදෙනවා water යටනේ. but ඔයා හොඳට mix කරාම මොකද වෙන්නේ? තනින් තන coconut oil නිකන් බුබුලු වගේ like little bubbles වගේ හැදිලා ඊට පස්සේ ඔක්කොම bubbles උඩට ඇවිල්ලා layer එක හදනවා. So if you mix coconut oil and water, you can see that they don't get mixed well. So ඔයා තනින් තන බැලුවම composition එක same නෑ. Composition is different. උඩින් ගත්තොත් there's more coconut oil. යටින් ගත්තොත් there's more water. Again, that is not a homogeneous mixture. That is a heterogeneous mixture. So the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous is that in homogeneous, the composition is similar throughout. The physical properties, the density may be, the color may be, the transparency may be, the taste may be, all of that is similar throughout this mixture. If you take heterogeneous, it's different. Composition is different from place to place. Did you understand that? Give me a thumbs up if you understood the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous. If you have any questions, please do ask. Okay. Now, so far, what did we talk about? අපි matter කොහොමද classify වෙන්නේ කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් කරගත්තා. Then I said a common doubt that students have is what is the difference between compounds and mixtures, that we cleared out. Then we talked about what mixtures are and what are the two types of mixtures. It's a homogeneous and heterogeneous දෙකේ මොනවාද වෙනස? So those things we talked about. ඒ ටික අපි ලියමු. මේකක්වත් ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ මේ classification එක. I don't want you to rewrite this. Grade 10 වල මම note එක ලියවද්දි මේක ලියුවා කියලා මම මතකයි. I'm going to erase everything. We'll write like this. You put the topic mixtures now. Something happened, I'm sorry. mixtures. මාත් එක්කම ලියා ගන්න ළමයි. I hope you can see the board. Huh? Okay, මේ ටික මුලින් ලියාගෙන බලන්න, otherwise I can't move the board down. Quickly write this, then I'll move the board down to write heterogeneous.
Teacher, after homogeneous, we have to put the topic heterogeneous.
Put the topic and wait. I'll
Okay,
write.
teacher.
Okay. I'll give 2 more minutes for others. 2 more minutes, or 1 more minute. Okay, I'll move the board a bit down. Quickly write this down, right? I'll give you 1 more minute. Okay. Who needs more time? Anybody who needs more time, or have everybody finished? Okay, I'm gonna move on. Now, when we take okay, when we take mixtures, we know that mixtures can either be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Now, this table I'm straight away taking from the textbook, and we will discuss it together. මේක උගන් කෙලිම පොතේ ලියන්න ඕන කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ but just let's first discuss this. අපිට mixture එකක් කියනකොට just heterogeneous and homogeneous කියන්නේ නැතුව we can also talk about the physical state. For an example now wheat flies තිරිඟු පිටි palm පිටි right palm පිටි වතුරට අග්ගාලා දිය වෙන්නේ නැහැ like salt and sugar when you put into water it will like very easily dissolve but palm පිටි හැම dissolve වෙන්නේ it's actually a heterogeneous mixture. And you know wheat fly is solid, water is liquid. Therefore, we call it a solid liquid heterogeneous mixture. And we know salt and water, so it is a homogeneous mixture. Since salt is solid and water is liquid, we call it a solid liquid homogeneous mixture. Coconut oil and water, heterogeneous. Since both are liquids, it is a liquid heterogeneous mixture. Then ethyl alcohol කියන්නේ ළමයි sanitizers වල තියෙන ethyl alcohol the lab එකේ ethyl alcohol ගොඩක් තියෙනවා and even like certain alcoholic beverages තියෙන්නේ ඒව වල තියෙන alcoholic drinks so ඒව වල තියෙනවා alcohol right so ඔයගොල්ලන් සමහර දන්නවත් ඇති සමහර alcoholic beverages වලට in order to drink they mix that beverage with water so that's because it dissolves in water. And ethyl alcohol is a liquid, water is a liquid, so we call it a liquid homogeneous mixture. Then sugar is a solid, salt is a solid. Sugar with salt we mix unama egolang diya වෙනවා හරි හොඳට homogeneous විදිහට mix වෙනවා කියන්න බෑ. සමහර පැතිවල වැඩිපුර salt තියෙන පුළුවන්, සමහර පැතිවල වැඩිපුර sugar තියෙන පුළුවන්. So it is heterogeneous and it's a solid heterogeneous mixture. Copper and zinc are also solids. හැබැයි මේ දෙන්න homogeneous. You know පිත්තල right? Brass, BRASS. පිත්තල right? පිත්තල හැදිලා තියන්නේ copper කියන metal එකයි zinc කියන metal එකයි mix කරලා. And they mix very well. Right, actually copper zinc diya karala mix kala tamai I solid karane but however it is a homogeneous mixture once it solidifies once brass is formed it is a homogeneous mixture මොකද කොතන බැලුවත් composition එක similar මේකට copper 65% විතර ගන්නවා zinc 35% විතර ගන්නවා so this is a homogeneous mixture and since both are solids we call them solid homogeneous mixture. सामान्य room temperature के තියෙන physical state එක තමයි අපි consider කරන්නේ. Copper and zinc both are solids at room temperature. Carbon dioxide hot water වල වැඩි දිය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. It is a heterogeneous mixture. It's a gas liquid heterogeneous mixture. But in the room temperature in normal water carbon dioxide dissolves because we know that carbon dioxide slightly dissolves in water. නැත්නම් aquatic plants වලට හැම photosynthesis වලට carbon dioxide ගන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ. If carbon dioxide didn't dissolve in water. So carbon dioxide dissolves in water, so it is homogeneous and it's gas liquid homogeneous mixture. So therefore, whenever we talk about a mixture, whether it is homogeneous or heterogeneous, we can talk about it together with their physical state. Okay? Did you understand that? Did you understand that? Okay. ඒක හින්දා my table එක textbook එක already තියෙන එකක් I'm not gonna give that to you again but I will give it as a question. Q කියලා question එකක් දාගෙන මාත් එක්කම ලියන්න. That means example if I tell you salt solution ඔයාලියන්න it is a solid salt solution කියලා මම ගහලා දුන්නොත් ඔයාලියන්න එක solid liquid because salt and water homogeneous mixture. ඒ වගේ අනිත් ඒවාත් එහෙම ලියන්න තියෙනවා. So ඉස්සරහන් ලියන්න whether it's solid homogeneous, solid liquid heterogeneous, gas liquid heterogeneous, whatever you write. Medically agan ba. Give me a second lang. Okay, am I done? Done writing? Um, 1 more minute for others. Quickly finish. I have a plan to finish up to a certain point. Let's try our best to finish up to that point before the class ends today. Okay. Finished? Thumbs up, please. Okay, I assume that all of you have finished. All right. Make me answers live නැති වුණාට කමක් නැහැ. මට කියන්නත් බැරි වුණා. Answer එක homework විදිහට ලිව්වට කමක් නැහැ. Question එක ලියන්න ඕනේ. So you may have written the answer also, no? Because I forgot to tell you that, but it's okay. Now, ළමයි මේ homogeneous mixtures තියෙනවා. Homogeneous mixtures are where the components are nicely mixed. So we cannot identify one component from another. And the composition is similar throughout, right? So these homogeneous mixtures, we also call them solutions. Summer solutions is a word that we have heard often, right? So solutions can also be used meaning. But now we know the meaning. Solutions are homogeneous mixtures. Okay. Heterogeneous mixtures වලට කවදාවත් අපිට solution එකක් කියන්න බෑ. ඒකට special නමක් නැහැ. They are just heterogeneous mixtures. But for homogeneous mixtures, there is a special name. We call them solutions. Okay. Now, solution එකක් හැදෙන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. In a solution, මෙන්න මෙහෙම තමයි හැදෙන්නේ. Solute or solutes. That means එක solute එකක් ඉන්නත් පුළුවන්. මම කියන්න මොනවද solute කියන්නේ කියලා. එක solute එකක් ඉන්නත් පුළුවන්. solutes කීපයක් ඉන්නත් පුළුවන්. Plus solvent equals solution. Now we know solution එකක් කියන්නේ homogeneous mixture එකක් නේ. Now ළමයි, in a homogeneous mixture or in a solution there are different components. හැම වෙලේම වැඩියෙන් ඉන්න component එකට තමයි අපි solvent කියලා කියන්නේ. එතකොට අනිත් කට්ටිය, ඉතුරු කට්ටිය එක්කෙනයිද දෙන්නයිද තුන්දෙනයිද ඒගොල්ලන්ට අපි කියන්නේ solutes කියලා. For an example, let's say there is a container of water and I mix some salt to this. This is a container of water and I mix some salt to this. What do you think is a solvent here? What is a solvent here? Because I told you solvent is the one that is present in excess. වැඩිපුර ඉන්න එක තමයි solvent එක. So what is the solvent here? Is it salt or what? මම ලොකු salt packet එකක් තියෙන කුඩු ටිකකට වතුර ටිකක් දැම්මොත් salt would be the solvent, but it won't be like a homogeneous mixture. But here I'm taking like a beaker of water and I'm adding a bit of salt. So solvent is what is present in excess, so that would definitely be water. So the water aren't the salt. So the remaining 1 or 2 or whatever becomes solute. So here remaining one is salt only, so that is a solute. If you take another instance, there's a beaker of water. You add a bit of salt, salt and you also add a bit of sugar. Sugar with water, so it will still be a solution. Sugar with water, salt with water. What will be the solvent here? What will be the solvent here? Yes. Others? Solvent will be water. What will be the solute here? What will be the solute here? Yeah. I told you other than whatever is present in excess is the solvent. Whatever that is present other than the solvent will become solute. Here now there's salt and there's sugar both. So both of them will be solutes. So here it's not just one solute. There are several solutes. Both salt and sugar are solutes here. Okay. Did you understand that? Is that clear to you? Is it clear, Lamai? Others, give me a thumbs up, please. Okay. Yes, I will explain again. Now we know solution is a homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous can be mixed, right? So that is a solution. In a solution, there are different components, no? Components common mixture components keep it. So homogeneous mixture homogeneous mixture, which is also called a solution, is also made up of a few components. Here the component that is present in excess is a solvent. වැඩිපුර තියෙන component එක තමයි solvent එක. Solvent එකට අමතරව තව කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් ඒගොල්ලන් solute. So if it's just one, that will be solute. If there are more than one, those will be solutes. වැඩිපුර ඉන්න කෙනා solvent, the one that is present in excess is the solvent. Anit ituru හැමෝම. The remaining ones, they become solutes. Here, I take a container of water and I add some salt. So solvent is water. Because වැඩිපුර ඉන්නේ water නේ. ඊට අමතරව salt උත් ඉන්න හින්දා salt is the solute. Here, there's a container of water. I add some salt, I dissolve well. I also add some sugar, I dissolve well. Because both salt and sugar dissolves in water. The one that is present in excess is water. So that is a solvent. Other than water, there is also salt and there is also sugar. Those two become solutes. Solvent එකට අමතර වෙන්න හැමෝම ඒගොල්ලෝ solutes. Is that clear, Cindy? Okay. Put a subtopic solution. Solutions. Let's put a star and write. මේ ටිකේ චුට්ටක් ලියන්න තියෙනවා මම මේ first part එක print මේ PDF එකක් දුන්නේ නැත්තේ මොකද මේ චුට්ට ලියන්න තියෙනවා and then after that we are coming to a part where there's a bit of calculations to do. So no, really no point in giving a PDF නේ ඒකයි. Right. Right, huh? I'm here. If you have any questions, you can ask. 2 more minutes, Lamai. Quickly finish. Done? Do you all need more time or 2 minutes? Tam gain ane. Quickly finish. Okay. Quickly finish. One more minute. Only this part, huh? Meeting with Rani, meeting with Rai. Alright, am I done? Give me a thumbs up if you have finished. Okay, seems like everybody has finished. Thinura, Rashmika, Randira, Ashwita, Evindi. Tao kawuda thumbs up දුන්නේ නැත්තේ. හැමෝගෙම දැක්කද කියලා මට ෂුවර් නෑ ඒකයි. If any of you need more time, please let me know. Huh? Okay. Now we are going to be talking about a part called solubility of a solute. Let's put a topic first and then we'll discuss. Solubility of a solute.
Teacher, you told that you will give homework, no?
Yeah, homework I will give at the end.
Okay. Teacher, are they from the past papers?
Yeah, they're from the past papers, yes. Okay.
Yeah, teacher. Yeah.
Okay. Metana, put the topic and let's write this one point before we explain because I need the definition for the explanation part. Again, මාතකම මේ definition එක ලියන්න බලන්න. Wait. Okay, lamai. So what does this mean? Solubility of a solute at a certain temperature. lamai now 100 grams of solvent kila වචනයක් දැන් අපි word එකෙන් මේක අල්ලගමු, right? We will try to learn word by word. So here at first it says 100 grams of solvent. So for my example, mama ganna 100 grams of solvent with water gun. So I'm taking water. In water, I'm going to take 100 grams of water. Because water is my solvent. And it says that I need 100 grams of my solvent. And I'm going to dissolve salt. NaCl tamai dissolve kara. It clearly says at a given temperature. Solubility you have to mention the temperature and you have to talk about the temperature, right? The temperature එක degree එකක් හරි වෙනස් වුණොත්, if the temperature changes by at least 1 degree, your values, the solubility, everything changes. So whenever you are writing about solubility, you have to mention the temperature. Mama kiyanan, therefore this is 25 degrees Celsius scale. Solubility of a solute. My solute is NaCl at a given temperature. Temperature kahari is the mass of solute dissolving in 100 grams of solvent at a certain temperature. May temperature ke now we have 100 grams of solvent. The solvent is water. Kochara solute dissolve in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some salt. Mam podda diya kara balana. Chuttak danawa hondra mix karna hondra diya vena. Thaw chuttak danawa mix karna. E dana te kokko measure kala dana. Diya karna mix karna de balana. Ohomo dada after 36 grams age mekata dana. After 36 grams mama ඊළඟ gram එක දාලා දිය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එයා දිය වෙන්නේ නැතුව එහෙම පල්ලෙහාට ගිහලා ඩිපොසිට් වෙනවා. ඒ පල්ලෙහාට ගිහලා ඩිපොසිට් වෙනවා කියන්නේ එයා දිය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක එක්ස්ට්‍රා එක දිය කරගන්න අමාරුයි මේකේ. That means the maximum amount, the mass that can be dissolved in 100 grams of water is 36 grams. 36 grams දානකම් හොඳට දිය වෙනවා. හැබැයි මම තව එකක් හරි වැඩි කරොත් එයා දිය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතුරු ටික මෙහෙම පල්ලෙහාට ඇවිල්ලා ඩිපොසිට් වෙනවා. That means a 1 gram දිය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So therefore NaCl, the maximum mass that dissolves in 100 grams of water at 25 degrees Celsius is 36 grams. That situation, that scenario, did you understand that? එක තේරුණාද? Others?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි solubility ලියන්න. Even at the exam, if they give you like a certain situation, මෙහෙම වුණා මේක solubility ලියන්න කියලා ඔයාලා ලියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ විදිහට. හොඳට බලා ගන්න. අනිවාර්යෙන් temperature එක mention කරන්න ඕනේ. Because it says solubility of a solute at a given temperature. මං කිව්වා we can't talk about solubility without talking about temperature, because even the slightest change of temperature could affect solubility. ඒකෙන් අපි temperature එක අනිවාර්යෙන් කියනවා. Mom mentioned at now temperature is 25 no, at 25 degrees Celsius. Solubility of, what is the solute here? NaCl. In solvent is water ne. හැම වෙලෙම 100 grams වලට තමයි solubility කියන්න ඕනේ. Right? කොහොමත් 100 grams වලට solubility කියන හින්දා මම solvent එකේ amount එක දාන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. I just write solvent. Solubility of NaCl in water. Solvent එකේ නම ලිව්වම ඇති කොච්චරක් solvent දැම්මද කියලා කියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. That is because හැම වෙලේම solubility කියද්දි standard එක තමයි 100 grams of salt. Standard එක කොහොමත් ඒකනේ. It's a universal thing. So I don't have to mention the amount of solvent. Solubility of NaCl in water is 36 grams. This is how we write the solubility of NaCl in this particular instance. Did you understand this? Okay. ලියන්න එපා. අපි තව එකක් බලමු. This is example 1. Okay. Let's look at another example. Let's say example 2. In this particular case, I'm going to take again 100 grams of water. And I'm going to add MgCl2. Now this should be at 25 degrees Celsius. I told you temperature must be mentioned. So 25 degrees Celsius. So I keep dissolving magnesium chloride until no further magnesium chloride can be dissolved, right? Mama digatama diya karගෙන යනවා. දිය කරගෙන යනකොට maximum magnesium chloride දිය වෙන්නේ 53 grams. Then I can write the solubility of magnesium chloride as this. Temperature I must mention, no? At 25 degrees Celsius, solubility of magnesium chloride, solvent amount solvent in water is 53 grams. This is how you write the solubility. Is that clear, Lamai? Thumbs up, please. Others? Okay. What about this? And I'm only made the then I will let you write one alone. Solubility but made example 1 and 2. We already wrote the definition, write examples 1 and 2. Okay, now I want you all to, have you all finished writing? I will write another instance where I want you all to write the solubility alone. Let's say there is here water. And this is at 25 degrees Celsius again. I put K2SO4, 24 grams. Okay, write the solubility here. Quickly write the solubility here.
Teacher done.
Okay. Others? Okay. Now, what is the solubility of this? What is the solubility of this? What did you all
At
write?
at 25 degrees Celsius,
Mhm.
solubility of K2SO4 in water is 24 grams.
Okay. Others? Others? Okay. Now, you know solubility is 100 grams, right? Now, here there's water 200 grams. Then we have to express it for 100 grams. If in 200 grams, 24 grams, this 24 grams of K2SO4 dissolves in 100 grams, that should be 12 grams, right? So we have to write. Okay, so at 25 degrees Celsius, solubility of the K2SO4 sign chemical formula type I will just write potassium sulfate, right? Potassium sulfate in water is 12 grams. Is 12 grams, right? Okay. All right. So that is about solubility. Abhi tave examples goda kisrata kata karna hinda. I will stop here because I will make you write more solubility statements like this in the future. But up to this point, is everything clear to you? Thumbs up. Okay. Let's put a topic, factors affecting solubility. මෙතනදී අපිට ආයමත් solubility statements ලියන්න එනවා ළමයි. Put a topic, factors affecting solubility. Factors affecting solubility. කියලා number 1 දාගන්න temperature. Temperature. Give me a second, okay? All right, so temperature. Now, we are going to see how temperature affects the solubility of solutes. Now, make it, I need some values because I'm going to take real life examples. Let me get some example values that I can use for this. Okay, all right. Then make it how temperature affects solubility. So look at this carefully. I'm going to take water 100 grams. Okay. I'm going to do this 3 times. So I'm going to make a copy paste. Okay. Here, I'm going to do this at 25 degrees Celsius. I'm going to do at 50 degrees Celsius. This I'm going to do at 100 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius. Now the solute I'm going to select is copper sulfate. Okay. Copper sulfate. I'm going to dissolve copper sulfate in 100 grams of water at 25 degrees Celsius. Maximum copper sulfate that dissolves in water is 32 grams. Lamai, please remember, you don't have to memorize the values. Never. May values na kisi set mein memorize karan do na because that's pointless ne. Boruwata values memorize karan do na hai. E velawata mona hari hema liyanne enawa nan they will definitely give you the relevant values. I mean, of course, even I can't remember those values. Mamme take a document taking bala tamai oganta kiyan. Then at 50 degrees Celsius, I'm going to again dissolve copper sulfate. Here, dissolve 45 grams of copper sulfate. At 100 degrees also, I'm going to take 100 grams of water. I'm going to again dissolve copper sulfate. Ek dissolve let's say 110 grams. Roughly 110 grams of copper sulfate dissolved. So if we write the solubility statements, solubility statements. Yeah, I can write at 25 degrees Celsius, solubility of copper sulfate. USO type I'm typing the entire word. In water is 32 grams. At 50 degrees, at 100 degrees, you can write the solubility statements. Now, when you look at this, what you can see is it's the same solvent. Solvent is the same. Amount of solvent is also the same. Water, 100 grams, 100 grams, 100 grams. Solute is also the same. Copper sulfate, copper sulfate, copper sulfate. Habai, amount of solute that has dissolved is different. 32, 45, 100, 110. So these values or the solubilities have changed only because the temperature has changed. Because in the first one, the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, then the temperature is 50, then the temperature is 100. So we can see temperature in a වැඩි වෙනකොට වැඩිපුර dissolve වෙලා. So as the temperature is increasing, the solubility of a solute increases, as you can very clearly see. Did you understand that? Thumbs up, please. Okay. මේක ලියාගන්න බලන්න ළමයි මේක ලියාගෙන දැන් මෙතන අපි solubility statement එක ලියුවානේ. ඒ වගේ මෙතනත් solubility statement එක හරියට ලියන්න. මෙතනත් solubility statement එක ලියන්න. මේක ටක් ගාලා ලියාගෙන බලන්න factors affecting solubility. Here temperature is a subtopic. Quickly write this one. Draw and write. Make it fast. ඒකත් එක්කම අපි මේක ඉවර කරලා නවත්තමු අදට. At the bottom write a sentence. ලියන්න පටන් ගන්න බලන්න. Therefore, මම අන්තිමට යට ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක් දාලා තමයි solubility of a solute increases when the temperature increases කියලා. යට except for gaseous solutes කියලා දාලා ඒක දැම්ම හිතන්න එපා. මම ඒක පස්සේ explain කරන්නම්. Just write this, make it fast. Quickly write. මේක ලියන්න. When you're done, let me know. Don't leave the meeting yet. Because I have to give you some homework to note down. එතකන් ඕගොල්ලෝ මේක ලියනකම් මම homework ටික බලන්න. Okay. For others, I'll give 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes and then give me an extra minute to give you the
Teacher, done.
homework. Okay.
Teacher.
Okay. Okay. We'll also wait for others and then okay. I will anyway send the whiteboard note in the group as well. Let me tell you the homework. मेरी ඔක්කොම ලියා ගන්න හැමෝම. Homework. අද කවද දවස 10th, no 10th. Okay. 2017 paper එකේ passport book එක නැති කට්ටිය ගන්න. දැන්ට හදිසියට ගන්න බැරි කමක් තියෙනවා මට කියන්න. I will send you the soft copies. I have the soft copies anyways. මම නම් use කරන soft copy එක තමයි. හදිසිය ගන්න බැරි වුණොත් හරි අමතක වුණොත් හරි මොකක් හරි වුණොත් මට කියන්න. But better to buy it because sooner or later you're going to need it. මේකේ paper 2 2017 එකේ paper 2 paper 1 එකේ තනිකර MCQs නේ තියෙන්නේ. So this is paper 2. paper 2 එකේ second එකේ B. second එකේ B. Then මම මාක් කරගන්න. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ try කරන questions ඔක්කොම textbook එකේ ඒ question එක ළඟ එක ඉරකින් mark කරගන්න. Then you know that we have tried. One second.
Teacher, you will be sharing a whiteboard also, right?
Yeah, I'll share the whiteboard note, yes.
So we can check the homework in there?
Yeah, yes, okay, no worries.
No, because like I am writing to check again because questions might be changed.
Yeah,
If
yeah, okay. Yes, you can anyways get from the text, whiteboard note. No worries. Mike,
okay, teacher.
that is more practical. So 2018 paper 2. 2018 එකේ paper 2 එකේ කරන්න second එකේ B also you can do, but for now let's do C because අපි photosynthesis ඒවනේ බලන්නේ. මේක C කරමු. And then 2019 paper 2 එකේ second එකේ again B. Yeah, second එකේ B. Then 2020 May paper එකකින් ඉවරයි, yeah. 2020 paper 2 second එකේ B question එකයි C question එකයි දෙකම කරා. Because B question is from living tissues, C question is from photosynthesis. Okay. One second. Whiteboard copy. Save karamu. Okay. So that is all for today. Next week class is 7 to 9:45. Okay. Next week is 17th of January. අපි එතකොට next week අනිවාර්යෙන් part 2 එක ඕනේ mixtures part 2 එක අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ගේන next week we will be using that note because we only have a bit of more writing to do and then we can switch to that PDF. Okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Any questions or any concerns or doubts or anything as such before we end the class? If everything is clear, give a thumbs up. Randira, okay. Chenuli, Ashoda, Osandi, Metna. Okay. Then see you next week, 17th of January. Until then, have a great week, Lamai. Homework ki අනිවාර්යෙන් කරන් එන්න. Okay. See you next week. Good night. Thank you.